Hi guys, I am back to do a pick a card reading for each zodiac sign. We have pile number 1, which is the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. We have pile number 2, which is the Light Seers Tarot. I'm going to pause for a minute to let you guys pick which deck you want to choose. If you guys need a second longer, go right ahead and pause the video. All right, pile number 1. What is happening for my Tauruses? What changes are coming their way? Those that have picked pile number 1. All right. Ooh. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, a lot of stuff has been coming up lately to be re-examined. So we have the Queen of Presents, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Presents, the Seven of Presents, the Emperor, the Two of Presents, the Temperance, the Ten of Potions, the Three of Presents, the Knight of Potions, the Four of Needles, the Chariot, the King of Needles, the Seven of Needles, and the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So Taurus, what I am seeing for you guys. I feel a lot of the changes that have been happening in your guys' life seems like something that it almost just felt like the wrong time or the wrong situation between you and another person. Something didn't quite work out. Feels like some kind of a letdown or a disappointment, like you were hoping for something. Some of you just don't feel like you have the finances or the resources. I feel like something is calling you guys to step up to something, to change something, to do something with yourself, but there's like some kind of emotional block that's in the way of you accomplishing or getting up and doing what you know you need to do. So I'm going to pull some clarifiers here so I can get more. But I just feel like something is put to a halt at this time. You're thinking about something and processing something. But it's like you're wanting to create something here, Taurus. I feel like for some of you guys, you don't have enough finances to start something or to do something with another individual. I feel like money is a big factor for some of you guys, though. It just feels like some of you are afraid to miss an opportunity. All right. So I feel like for a lot of my Tauruses, some of you guys see some type of opportunity that you need to stand up and grab or go after for yourself, whether this is a relationship, a job, a career. There is something that you are trying to manifest, that you have been manifesting, but it felt like it came in at the wrong time, or there feels like there's something not quite right there. But for a lot of you guys, what is actually happening is it's like the universe is presenting with you this opportunity for happiness, this opportunity to go after something that you want. And it feels like some of you guys are very afraid to move forward with this because you have the ideas and the understanding that whatever this is, that this opportunity or this person or this situation that is coming your way, you're aware that it's almost like something that you know that you can, that you want, you just don't feel like you have everything you need in order to make it work. But I feel like a part of you guys are intuitively listening to yourself. Like some of you know that you're capable of this, but there's still that self-doubt that you have that you can make this work, or that you can get the resources that you need to make something work. I feel like a lot of you guys have been very stressed about money, or just about a lot of the things, like mundane things that have been happening in your life. Some of you guys are in between a decision and you're waiting. You're not making a decision at the moment, but there's a part of you that there's a part of you that's not healed yet and not ready to move forward. But there's also a part of you that is afraid to make that decision because of a mistake, or afraid that you're going to mess up somehow. I feel like a lot of you guys beat yourselves up over something that It's like some kind of like whatever this opportunity or whatever this situation is that's calling for you to step up and to become more of the emperor. There is a part of you that feels like you are not ready, that you're unworthy, but there's also that innate fear of what if it doesn't work out. All these, like, there's some kind of emotional disappointment or attachment there. Some of you guys just feel really disappointed in whatever. It's almost like, again, it's like a perfect opportunity, but you just don't feel like you're ready for it. Like maybe this just kind of manifested really quickly into your life, and it just kind of caught a lot of you guys off guard what's coming up. A lot of you guys don't want to commit to a person or a situation or some kind of like for a lot of you, if it's a relationship, you want to actually commit to this relationship, but because you know that's going to bring you happiness in the long run, but you're also, again, there's that hesitancy and that worry, and there's some emotional like self-doubt and certain things that need to be looked at in order to be seen or understood. A lot of you guys are afraid that you're not going to be able to work this out and that you'll miss out on this opportunity. And then you're afraid that you're going to be either alone or that you're going to have to start from ground zero in a way. So there's this sense of afraid of making a mistake or being afraid of how others are going to see you. And I think that's what's holding you back. And that's what's keeping you from not making a decision, is that fear of making a mistake. It's the guilt we have on moving forward. There's something here where you feel like you're not capable of something. It's like whatever this opportunity is, this is a person or a job or something, they're asking you to do more than what you feel you're capable of doing. And that's what's leaving you guys feeling stuck and emotional. We're just feeling stuck emotionally. And that's what's causing you guys to pause and reflect and go within, because you're wanting change and you've been waiting for change, but a part of you doesn't know if you're ready for that, and that makes you feel kind of unstable because you're like, well, what if I make the wrong choice? What if I miss out on something great? So there's a part of you that is afraid that if you do this, or if you can't step up and do what is required of you, that you're going to miss out on something really special or miss out on something that can be some kind of fulfillment for you. And so you feel like right now life is kind of at a halt. So you're trying to gather up the resources that you have, or, you know, gather what you, like, it's almost like you're keeping stock of everything you have. It's almost like you're worried about your finances. Some of you guys might be in financial issue with you and your partner. There's something about you and a partner that doesn't seem quite right. And it's having to make that decision to move forward. It's like what you want is asking a lot from you, or you can just kind of like stay in that comfort zone. So it's like it feels like something like the universe is trying to push you guys to making a decision or to get something, and it has something to do with a third, like another person or some kind of influence in your life. And a lot of you just have a hard time gathering everything that you think you need. Like you're having a hard time seeing something that it's almost like you it's like you have to gather your thoughts and get yourself more ready to take that action. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you are just scared to rethink things through, to work on certain things in your life. Like it's like you almost, a part of you is afraid to voice your opinion, or because you're afraid of missing out on some kind of opportunity. It's like something came into your life that kind of made you wake up a little bit inside, that made you want to actually go out and do things. Some of you guys maybe have felt kind of depressed or just like going through the motions of life, and it's like this thing that comes up, it's like bright and shiny, and it's something that seems very promising, and you're excited to go after whatever this is. But there's a lot of self-doubt and feeling like you're not very worthy of this opportunity. And it's like a part of you guys maybe have made excuses about why you're not working towards this or why this can't work. And it kind of feels like you're aware that those are excuses. Like when you think about it, you're like, well, I know I'm just afraid to go after this, or I'm afraid to start that, or to get into that relationship. There's something here where you know that you can put more effort into it, and maybe that's another issue, is it's like you're afraid to start this, or you're afraid to put effort into this when you don't quite know where this is going to go. I feel like a lot of you guys, it's like you're extending your hand out to somebody, or to make a deal, or to make an offer, or to do something so that you can try, and it almost just kind of feels like win in a way, like gaining that sense of power back. There's a part of you that wants to heal, and it's like you wake up every day and you just kind of feel like nothing's really changing in your life. You feel really bored with life. And there's this part of you that just feels like you've missed out on things. You feel like life is passing you by. And there's that fear that it's not gonna change. And there's this, you feel kind of stuck emotionally. For some of you guys, you almost feel like life has kind of just been either stressful. It's like you're not really having fun. You're not really doing things that keep you alive, that make you happy. And it's like you meet an opportunity that you think will make you happy, but then you question if you deserve that. You question if you deserve that, or you question if you can even keep that and maintain that with either another person, or with this as a job, or even with yourself. There's just this sense of feeling like you need to be on guard at all times and be like hyper vigilant of what's coming your way. And that's kind of what I'm getting. It just feels really restrictive. You've been feeling really restrictive lately, and a lot of you guys are like almost ready for that change, but again, there is that fear and self-doubt that you're not going to be able to overcome this, or that you're not going to be able to either be able to step up to the plate and actually do what somebody's asking of you, or to meet a certain qualification to reach that. It's almost like you're right there, but you're just afraid that you're not going to be enough. And so it's almost like you're either self-sabotaging or you're just trying to go back into that comfort zone. And there's a part of you that's aware of that, and that makes you nervous because you don't want to fall back into old habits, old patterns. And a lot of you guys are afraid to put in that work because there's this sense of disappointment that you feel might come of it. Like, what if I put my all into this and it just doesn't pan out? And I think for a lot of you guys, that's why you're so afraid to commit. Even though you know it's going to make you happy, and even though you know it's going to fulfill you in some way, you're scared to make that final decision and go after something that you think will actually make you happy and actually will bring spark of joy, because there's that part of you that's unhealed that feels like nobody's going to understand you. And there's that sense of that feeling lost. And it's just because it's like there is this part of you that feels hopeless with certain situations. Like you've lost hope in life and in people or in circumstances. There's a part of you that's been, again, it's just like this feeling not worthy, feeling like you don't deserve what opportunities that are coming your way. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's almost like the universe is here just to say to you, like, hey, it's here, it's ready for you. You just have to take those steps. You just have to work towards that so that you can meet this opportunity. It's like, I believe it was Seneca that said, luck is opportunity meets preparation, or preparation meets opportunity. It's like you have been preparing for this, but you feel like you haven't prepared enough. You feel like you don't have enough. There's something about not enough, like this very worried that you're gonna lose it, or it's gonna slip through your fingers, or that something's not gonna come out of this. So let's pull some karma cards here and kind of see what's happening for you guys, what is being highlighted at this time. It just feels really like it's just this stuck, stagnant energy, and I feel like you guys have been in it for a while, and it's like you've just been kind of in a funk, right? And now life is kind of starting to change for you. New opportunities are coming in. I feel like you guys just need to change your mindset about the situation, because what's happening is a lot of you guys are being clouded with guilt and judgment towards the situation. Some of you guys feel like maybe this situation is just too good. You're afraid that you're going to mess it up. There's some kind of emotional wound that you have. It's like you're afraid of this rejection or abandonment from this person or situation. All right. And so we have the 9th house. I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of, it's like you're at this exploring phase of your life where you're learning new things. It kind of is feeling like this is making you get out of your comfort zone. For some of you guys, it's almost like you're either going to be like, say, for instance, learning a new language, right? Some of you might even be learning a new language, and it's difficult. The cultures, the different things that you go to, it's like foreign, right? It feels like for some of you guys, whatever this situation is, it's like foreign to you. You've never really experienced this. And it almost feels like you're around somebody that maybe has more experience or more or less knows what they're doing. Or there's something there where you feel inadequate next to this individual, or you just feel like you're not enough to step up to the plate. And so for a lot of you guys, it's expanding the beliefs and the container that we hold within ourselves when we set limits or barriers and we don't get out of that comfort zone, which I feel like the 9th house kind of does help push you out of that comfort zone, right? You're going into something that's more unfamiliar, and I feel like that is something that's happening. A lot of you guys are kind of transitioning throughout this change, and it's going to be uncomfortable and really awkward for a little bit. Some of you guys might have Leo in your chart or be dealing with Leo, but right now a lot of it is taking that chance and also building up that self-confidence, working on yourself. A lot of you guys need to start. It's like you're trying to impress somebody or you're trying to do something and you're not being entirely there for yourself. You're not being entirely truthful about a certain situation. So some of you guys are kind of in this process of working through and figuring things out on your own at this time. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's needing to take that leap of faith, take that chance, know that you have the resources or the finances or whatever it is that you need. It's either going to come to you or it's going to work itself out, or somehow you actually have the right amount or you have what you need at the moment and at this point in time, but you're so worried about the future that it's prohibiting you to actually taking action in the present. And I feel like a lot of you guys are having a lot of anxiety, very anxiety ridden. So we have here Neptune. A lot of you guys, so Neptune also asks for sacrifice, right? What you're peeling off, the layers, you're working through things. And for a lot of you guys, this has been very difficult for you, because you feel like you're having to give up so much in order to gain something that you think might make you happy, but that's like that gamble, right? You're not quite sure if this is the right direction for you. And so Neptune kind of clouds things. It kind of makes things it's hard to see things for what they are, and sometimes we can get caught up in the stories that we tell ourselves, or we get caught up in the illusion of the situation. And I feel like a lot of you guys are starting to ground yourself a little more to see clearer, but I feel like there's still this confusion or this sense of not really knowing what direction to take. And I feel for a lot of you guys, with that Saturn at the bottom of the deck, a lot of you guys have been limited. A lot of you've had a lot of caution, a lot of restriction. There are so many things that you have to learn, and I feel like it's trying to make you become more mature in your approach into life and trying to get you to take more responsibility for yourself. And I feel like that's what's kind of coming up for a lot of you guys. And so it's very uncomfortable because we feel like the situation and the circumstance is asking a lot from us, but there's also that part of us that needs that challenge, or that wants to be able to prove that we can do that. But then there's that self-doubt and there's that fear that seeps in that's stifling us. It's all that anxiety about the future, and about what people will think of me, about what will I be able to have enough. And so that is kind of what is being worked at this time. So let's see what needs to be healed and what needs to be what's coming up at this time for you guys, or what is currently being healed or currently in the process of being healed. But I feel like a lot of changes are coming in for you. It's like you have circumstances and obstacles right now, Taurus, and it feels like life is heavy right now. You're going through a lot, and I'm getting that it's just because it's like, again, with that Saturn, it's like it's trying to restrict you so that you can learn lessons, so that you can actually evolve and change. Some of this pile might even be going through like a Saturn return, or just having some kind of issue, like some kind of transit going through their Saturn. There's something here about just feeling really restricted and not really feeling like you're going anywhere, but you are afraid to miss out on something. You're afraid to miss out on some kind of opportunity, because I feel like you guys are getting some kind of divine message that this is right for you, or that you need to take this opportunity, but you're so afraid to actually like step up to it. You're so afraid to own up to what Spirit is trying to get you to do. So we have here insight. See, that's what I was saying, awareness, understanding. I feel like something is coming up for you guys that's causing you to, it's like with that here, with that Emperor and that High Priestess, I feel like a lot of you guys are gaining the insight and the awareness of what you need to do. It's just having to do it. It's having to make that change and that and try to actually make that work for yourself. We also have divine consciousness. So I feel like, again, a lot of things are coming into your awareness, into your insights of what you're doing, especially when it comes to the choices that you're making. It's being highlighted at this time for you guys, and focusing on the choices that you are choosing for yourself. What is it that you are willing to work through? A lot of you guys, sound is important, so taking time to listen to yourself, listen to maybe even this person, what this individual has to say. If there's somebody involved, sometimes sound, it's like that rhythm, music, silence, vibration, right? So a lot of you guys listening to what others have to say, listening to yourself. I feel like, again, you're very anxious, so maybe even listening to the sounds around you, just getting attuned into the present might help you guys. I just feel like a lot of you guys, you can see this visualization, you can see what the universe is sending to you. It's almost like you can taste it, see it, feel it. It's manifesting into your reality, and I think that's really freaking a lot of you guys out, because there's this sense of like sabotage, but you're worried about the possessions, again, finances, assets, treasures, belongings. Some of you guys want to start a career, but you don't think you have the fundings to do it. Others of you guys want to have a relationship, but you're afraid that you don't have the resources or the possessions to have it. Some of you guys, it is something completely different, like you want to travel or you want to go out and do things, and you just feel like you don't have the finances. And so you're really fixated and focused on your money right now. And the universe is trying to show you something that's presenting to you. But again, that's that fear, is it's like, oh, I don't have enough. But you're smart enough to get out of whatever this situation is. If you're lacking in some kind of resource, it's like the universe wants you to kind of step out of your comfort zone and find a way to work through that. And I feel like, what's happening right now is a lot of you guys need to get grounded within yourself and focus on your home life, focus on what you can control. Some of you guys are having really hard difficulties in that, right? Focusing so much on what you're lacking and focusing so much on those possessions. It's like you need to shift your awareness and your attention onto what is actually good for you. So I feel like a lot of you guys, you're manifesting what you've been wanting for a while. You've thought about it. For a lot of you guys, you've taken little steps and actions towards manifesting a person, a job, right? Whatever this is, you are manifesting it, and it is coming into your reality, and you're needing to give yourself that second to process your emotions, right? I feel like this is going to be good for you guys, and I feel like all of these changes are coming in drastically to kind of wake you up, to make you step up and say, okay, I am ready for this. And I feel like a lot of you guys just didn't expect it to come as fast as it did, and so it really threw you off guard. And so that's why you're so worried that you just don't have enough, or that you're just not good enough, you're not ready. But the universe is saying to you guys that you are. And so I feel like for a lot of you, what is coming into your guys' life, what is getting changed, is the way that you are currently limiting yourself. I feel like you're limiting yourself, and the universe is shaking things up so that you can heal, work through that, and let it go. I feel like a lot of you guys are also going through this situation so that you can realize how powerful you are in manifesting the things that you need. It's like the universe is trying to get you to not question your judgment, question what you believe, because whatever is coming in, it's accurate. And so I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're making changes so that you can step into your power, so that you can get the relationship, or whatever this was that you focused on, that you have manifested into your life. So a lot of you guys, congratulations, you guys are manifesting things into your life that you've been wanting for a long time. You just need to know that you are ready to receive it and that you are capable of handling it. So that's what I have for my Tauruses. I know this seemed very vague. They didn't give me very much description because I feel like for every Taurus it was a little different. but the general message was still the same. Something that you've been focusing on and wanting is coming into your guys' life and is causing a lot of insecurities and a lot of issues that's coming to the surface, so that you can heal it, so that you can actually get into this new prosperity, and so that you can actually start to feel alive again, and so life doesn't feel like it's always such a burden. So what's coming into your life is happiness, a sense of happiness. You're going to have new changes and new experiences. It's going to expand your guys' awareness to help you guys evolve and change. And so I'm really excited for you guys. So thank you, Taurus, for watching. If you guys like this video, please subscribe or comment below. Thank you guys so much. Have a great and wonderful day. Bye. All right, for the Tauruses that chose pile number 2, what changes are coming your guys' way? What changes are coming, my Tauruses' way? All right, we have the Page of Cups, the 10 of Wands, we have the Knight of Wands, Strength, Devil, the Queen of Cups, Justice, the 7 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, or the Hanged Woman, the King of Wands, the 4 of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the High Priestess, the 6 of Pentacles, and then we have the 2 of Swords. So for some of my Tauruses who chose pile number 2, what I am seeing is it feels almost like some of you guys are going through a breakup or some kind of change. There is something here where you're letting go of what felt like a burden. And you're having a hard time moving forward. I feel like a lot of you guys, it sounds like you're releasing something that has been holding you down emotionally for a while. It feels like you're going to be balancing out certain things, but unfortunately for some of you guys, maybe you feel you've lost out on something or you feel blocked in some way. I'm going to pull some clarifiers here in just a second to kind of see what is happening for you guys. But it just kind of, I am getting the impression that something has definitely ended between you and another person, or you and a work or some kind of situation here. But there is this sense of boredom or feeling like you're not going forward in the way that you would like. But I feel like something is going to be balancing out in your guys' life. Now, what I'm getting here is by the end of whatever this is happening, you have a final decision to make. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, this decision that you might make either could cause conflict and could cause issues with whatever person you're dealing with. But I feel like a lot of you guys still want to speak your truth, even if it's hard for you, because you want to, it's almost like speaking your truth, even if it's difficult for you and makes you feel uncertain about your decisions. There's still this part of you that knows that you need to go out and start something different, start something new, because you're not happy where you are currently, or something is not working out in your guys' life. And so I feel like whatever hasn't been working is starting to shift and change in your guys' life here. So let's get some clarifiers to get more into detail what's happening here. Ooh. All right. So for some of you guys, you're dealing with somebody who had a lot of emotional problems, or I get the feeling that this person had issues where they would go up and down in their emotion. I'm not saying that they're bipolar, although that could be possible. I just feel like you're dealing with somebody who could be emotionally manipulative at times, and who always just kind of put themselves or insert themselves in situations. And you've always felt kind of uncomfortable with this individual, primarily because you never know where you were going with this person. You always felt like you had to be careful around them because of they're jealous a lot, or there's something about this individual that caused some of you guys to withdraw. A lot of you, this person either broke up with you or you're breaking up with them. I'm getting some form of separation. For some of you guys, you've been living with this person, or you're getting like a divorce, or right, there's something here where it could be like you have to go through maybe a legal situation. And I feel like for some of you guys, you have to divide the assets. There's something here about maybe getting a divorce, some kind of separation. And I'm getting that. I'm also just kind of getting that one of you has feeling kind of stuck, that you feel like this is unfair, and that you're worried about maybe the children or your life that you built. And now it's like you're taking that second to acknowledge that it wasn't working, or that something's coming to an end. Some of you guys are having to find that courage to release these burdens from whatever this was, because I feel like a lot of you had to make a choice or a decision about this. I'm getting that some of you guys, this person could have said or done something that could have caused a bigger rift. But I feel like you're releasing somebody that was controlling, somebody that was always combative, that always wanted to fight with you, that always had to be right. It was always my way or the highway, somebody that was highly manipulative. This individual could have been in charge of most of the finances. I feel like there's something about this person, though, with that devil card, and it's like you're letting this person go. It feels really manipulative. And it just feels like there's a lot of fighting and a lot of issues, and you felt like you weren't really in the most stable environment, or you just felt like there's a part of you that knew you needed to move forward in this. Even though I get for a lot of you guys, it was hard to let go of this, you're still choosing to move forward anyway. But there's still this part of you that can't quite let go. Some of you guys are in this, for instance, if this is a divorce, is kind of what I'm getting. Or you've had this divorce, right? For some of you, this could be the past or the present. Some of you guys, this can currently be in the near future. I feel like at court, there's this fight about savings and finances. Something about like dividing assets. And I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's playing kind of dirty, or who's trying to find a way to manipulate the situation to get what they want. I feel like you are just so heartbroken, Taurus, though. You just want this to be over with. I'm getting that a lot of you guys are starting to see clearly now what this person was, what the commitment was about. For some of you guys, this is definitely getting a divorce, or it's just like having to divide up what you guys initially had. So I feel like contracts and certain things are being implicated at this time, having to make a final decision about something. And it's like, again, having to divide up something here. For some of you guys, you're kind of still in this phase of, it's almost like you kind of have to catch up with your mind, really process everything that's coming through, because I feel like a lot of you guys are being kind of overwhelmed about this situation because there's a lot going on. I feel like some of you guys have been talking to other people about this, and you're worried about what's going to happen to you when it comes to the court or whatever happens in the situation. And I'm getting that it's going to end up okay. I don't think that anything real bad's going to happen here, but I feel like, again, there's this sense of uncertainty about what you're going to be doing after this, or what if this doesn't pan out in the way that I'm hoping. So there's a little bit of fear and worry there. But I feel like a lot of you guys feel kind of lost in life. You're not knowing what direction you're going in, but you know that you're going to have to start something new. A part of you guys want to heal, but there's so much going on in the moment that a lot of you guys don't have the time to sit down and really process what you're going through, really have that second to acknowledge it. Some of you guys don't even want to acknowledge it because it's so painful at this time. I feel like this is something that is still currently needs to be worked on and healed, and you're aware of it. And I think that's kind of where that disappointment comes in, is some of you guys, this still affects you emotionally. I get that for a lot of you, this could be your past where you once were divorced or going through separation with a person, and you just still have those emotions that are still influencing the way you're feeling about this person or about this situation. And so it's really hard for you guys to be able to process that. Although I feel a lot of you guys are starting to move forward, there's still this part of you that needs to rebuild yourself back up again. I felt like you could have dealt with this person who could have really just made you feel low about yourself for a while and just put you down a lot. And so now you're kind of in this moment of feeling like you can't really walk away from that, even though a part of you is aware that that's what that person was doing. It's like you're seeing through this person's manipulation, but it's so hard to allow yourself to let go of that because a part of you still holds on to that guilt and to that shame that you were abused, or that you went through a toxic situation with a person. And that's what needs to be released, because I feel like that's what's holding you back currently. And I think, again, a lot of you guys are self-aware about this. For a lot of you guys, your life is starting to come back more into balance. I feel like originally it was not in balance, and you were struggling really hard to make ends meet, or just to see eye to eye with somebody. And now things are kind of coming back into play for you, but you're still very stuck in the past. You're stuck in who this person was, what they were saying, what they were doing. And it's almost like you're having to get clear about your own feelings and the own situation. For some of you guys, you feel like this was almost like bad luck, something bad happened, but intuitively, instinctually, you know deep down this was actually good for you, but it's still really hard to move on from somebody or something that you care deeply about. And especially because I feel like a lot of my Tauruses put a lot of hard work and effort into the situation, and for it to not pan out was a huge disappointment, a huge letdown for you guys, and it caused a lot of you guys to want to shut down emotionally. And you can't do that. You have to allow yourself to heal through that, as difficult as it is. Currently, with the decisions that a lot of you guys are at, you feel like you have no choice. You feel like you're kind of backed up against a wall, having to make certain decisions for yourself. You feel like that you're dealing with a partnership or a person that isn't playing fair, who's trying to take from you. And I think for a lot of you guys, you're just trying to stay strong and firm inside yourself. So a lot of you guys are having difficulties at this time, maybe keeping things together. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's really trying to fight you on finances, or fight you on like child support, or alimony. There's something here where you're worried that you're not going to have enough at the end of this, and you're afraid of going out there and not having perhaps a plan or knowing exactly what you need. So there's this sense of uncertainty, especially with self-doubt. I feel like you have very strong self-doubt in being able to create or get over a situation, or to be able to just get back on track again in your life. So let's pull some karma cards here and kind of see what karma is coming my Taurus's way. What is being highlighted for you guys at this time. I feel like a lot of changes are coming in, but a lot of it feels like home life changes. So it just feels like a lot of you guys are dealing with stressful situations. And for some of you guys too, it's like you're wanting to sell your home, or you're wanting to do something there where you're gonna have to move away or start something new. So we have the 7th house. Yeah, you guys are balancing back out your relationships with other people. You're balancing out. It's almost like now that for some of you guys, leaving this person is going to help you find better balance and connections again. Help you see something better than what you once realized. I find it very interesting that we have the sun and the moon. So I feel like a lot of you guys are coming into this realization about somebody and accepting somebody for what they are. A lot of you guys have had difficulties stepping up and being the leader, or doing something that you know that you need to do to get yourself out of a situation. There's some kind of stress, there's some kind of worry here about your finances, or about your resources, or where you're going to go. It's like you're afraid to take the next action. You're afraid to, it's like a part of you is needing to push yourself to move forward. It's kind of similar to pile number 1, but pile number 1 was afraid of missing out on an opportunity. Well, for you guys, I feel like your life has been falling apart, and you're having to find the opportunities to get back up on your feet again. You're having to see things differently, and I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's almost like now is calling up for you to actually get more into alignment, into balance of yourself and what it is that you want into your life. What is it that you are willing to tolerate, and what is it that you're not willing to tolerate from people anymore? Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you've been tolerating a lot of things from people. And I feel like this person could be draining you too, emotionally as well as financially. And now it's like letting go of this person and being more forceful about certain situations. You're going to be able to gain back more your confidence, gain back more energy. You're going to be able to start moving and doing things and creating stuff. And I feel like a lot of you guys, for a while, you've just felt like you weren't able to create what you wanted. You weren't able to. It just kind of, I keep getting tired. I just feel really tired doing Tauruses. Now, I feel like doing pile number 1, I felt tired. Doing this one, I feel tired. And I don't think it's because of just me. I just get this feeling of I don't think you guys are resting enough. I don't think you're drinking enough water. I feel like a lot of you guys are on the go. You're not taking good care of yourself. You need to set time for yourself to really go back within, because there's things that you need to release that you're not releasing, and it's causing you guys to have a lot of issues. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, what's really coming into your life is your relationships are changing. Things are getting shaken up. You're letting go of people so you can find new people. I feel like a lot of you guys are changing your beliefs and your mindsets about relationships. Very heavy on relationships, and very heavy on just, I feel like, finding stability again, right? Needing to shine, needing to step out of your comfort zone. It's time to grow. You can't stay stagnant. You can't stay in the shade forever, right? So let's pull here some, well, still feel like there's a message here with these karmic cards, so I'm going to do that for a sec. I just really feel that for a lot of you guys, this has been something that's been needing to come into your life for a while. Yeah, we also have 11th house. So for a lot of you guys too, it's rediscovering what you want for your future, for your wishes, for what you're hoping for, but also you're going to be finding new people in your life that's going to be able to support you. We got Libra at the bottom. So again, very heavy on relationships and partnerships for my Tauruses at this month, or this change at this time. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're really struggling to figure out what your future is going to be, and you're needing to focus and stay grounded in that present moment right now. What is happening for you guys at this time? Because I feel like a lot of you guys, you're going to start making new friends or new connections that's going to get you places, that's going to help you get out of certain situations. I feel like some of you guys need to rely upon people around you to get out of this. Some of you guys feel very overwhelmed and you need to ask for help, especially if you have children, or you just feel like I just get this sense that a lot of stuff is on your guys' plate at this moment, and you're really getting frustrated and you're really having a hard time, and it's time to let go of those burdens. It popped up twice, the 10 of Wands. We have one here and one here, but they're both in the reverse. It's like needing to let go, drop what is no longer necessary for you to carry anymore. So let's pull this last and final deck here. It's the Chakra Insight Oracle deck. Let's see what my Tauruses need to be healed and what is being worked at this time. I also feel like a lot of you guys are going to start finding people that are going to actually be more willing to work with you too. I feel like you've had relationships in the past, Taurus, that have always been more about themselves and not so much about you. Yeah, see here we got relationships, intimacy, freedom, acceptance, and trust. I'm also getting with that communication card here, you're learning kind of how to communicate more in your life. I feel like a lot of you guys have had a hard time maybe opening up to your relationships, telling them what you need, and a lot of it is because you need to take responsibility for yourself and for how you're feeling in the moment. Some of you guys felt like you were waiting for relationships to fulfill you, or there's something about relationships that you were using to help keep you guys hindering you from really going forward and healing something. And I feel like you guys are changing again. A lot of you guys were dealing with somebody too that maybe they weren't willing to work things out. I'm getting that you were dealing, or you've had toxic people in the past who have wronged you and have hurt you in many ways, and I feel like for a lot of you guys, things are getting corrected and balanced again. The fact that we had Justice card twice, both in the upright, and then we had Libra twice again. We had Libra at the bottom of this deck, and then we also have relationships in the 7th house, which is also Libra, very Libra heavy based. So I feel like a lot of you guys are dealing with a lot financially. Some of you guys, if you guys are worrying about court, I feel like things are going to work out in your favor, or it's going to work out to where it's going to be more fair for both of you. You're not going to get the short end of the stick, and if you do, I feel like you're going to get your justice sooner or later by gaining more in the long run. But sometimes we have to lose or sacrifice some things in order to gain other stuff. And so I feel like that's what's kind of happening at this time, is you're letting go of things, you're shedding stuff that doesn't work for you guys, you're accepting the things that you cannot change. You have to be able to allow yourself to feel your emotions. And I feel like what's really happening here is this is going to start helping you shift and change and heal towards being able to communicate and have better relationships with those around you. Yeah, we have love. I feel like love is going to start showing up in your guys' life. A lot of you guys have been very kind and caring to those around you. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you need to learn to become more open into receiving what is coming your way. Especially because I feel like a lot of you guys have been trying to take action in your life. A lot of you guys have been trying to take responsibility. And because of that, love is coming into your life. Relationships are changing. You're being able to communicate more effectively with people. You know, I feel like a lot of times miscommunications is what causes a lot of relationships to fall apart. And I feel like a lot of you guys, you're getting your emotions in order. You're no longer having mood swings. I feel like you were dealing with somebody who constantly had a lot of emotional baggage and they were trying to put it onto you. And a lot of you guys are healing and balancing out that now so that you can move forward in your next relationships, your next partnerships. I feel like what's really being highlighted is your sacral chakra. A lot of you guys are working through your the hard emotions and being able to start accepting and allowing people into your life. A lot of you guys need to be able, like I said, to let something go. I feel like a lot of you guys are aware with that High Priestess card that you need to let something go, but you're having a really hard time letting it go. And I feel like that once you do let this go, I think one of the issues you're having is you're not feeling grounded and you're not feeling good enough. But once you can let this go, you're going to start finding your passion in life again. But it requires you to stay more grounded and more present in your body in order for you to feel the emotion and to let go of the emotion. So a lot of you guys, what you need to be doing at this time is start grounding into your body. When we feel trauma or when we feel certain experiences in our life, oftentimes it doesn't feel safe to be in our bodies. So we're only in our bodies like a short period of time where we're not fully grounded in our chakra or in our body. And our mind wanders and we don't notice when stuff happens. Sometimes we'll get injured or bruised and we're like, oh, how did that happen? It's because we're not self-aware about what's going on physically within ourselves. And so right now, things are changing in your life, but it's kind of forcing you guys to try and deal with these uncomfortable emotions so that you guys can process this, so you can release it, so that you can have a more fulfilling, happier connection in the long run. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, what's changing in your lives is connections, is how you are communicating. And I get this feeling as well is you're going to be a lot more prosperous and a lot happier in the long run, especially with that High Priestess here. And to have that Wheel of Fortune, I feel like there's something big coming in for your guys' life. Big changes are happening, even if it feels like things are up in the air or there's uncertainty. Some of you guys are afraid of letting go of a certain person or somebody from the past because you're afraid you're not going to find love again. And that is what's hindering you from finding love. So releasing these negative emotions about an ex or about a certain relationship, and I feel like that's what's coming up for a lot of you, that's changing, is things are coming up in your reality so that you can process it, so that you can heal it, so that you can move forward with it and let it go. And I feel like for a lot of my Tauruses, this has been maybe something like a long time coming, something that you feel that you've needed to do for a while, but maybe you've pushed it away. It's really difficult when we feel unsafe in ourself or inside of our body to feel a certain emotion. Especially for a lot of you guys, I get this feeling that there is some disappointments that you've experienced in relationships. There has been maybe even betrayal in your life. I feel like a lot of you have gone through a lot of ups and downs emotionally, and all of that is starting to become a lot easier for you guys. You're not going to have as much difficulty in expressing yourself, especially with that communication card and your feelings. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be able to start communicating how you're feeling more effectively to the ones that you love, and that's going to drastically change the relationship. I feel like a lot of you guys are not going to come at it from as much of a defensive state, because the tone in our voice, how we sound, what we say, the words we use, that can determine how an individual will respond and take us. And I feel like a lot of you guys are starting to take in more of that responsibility. So when you start taking more responsibility for yourself, you're going to start speaking in a way where you're not as blaming. You're not blaming the other person. You're not judging the other person. And so they can feel that. And so for a lot of you guys, you're starting to form that, where you're not going to be as judgmental to those around you. You're going to be more open-minded. You're going to be more willing to work and communicate with others, because you are starting to balance back those emotions, because you're learning to let go of things. But like I said, it's going to require you guys to ground yourself, to let go of what is happening by grounding yourself. Once you stay more present in yourself, once you can feel the emotions through your body, then you can let it go. And I feel like it's going to cause you guys so much more passion, so much more happiness in the long run. And I feel like it's going to help heal and ground you more into that into that base, into that root chakra. I feel like a lot of you guys are being more highlighted into healing it at that time. So that's kind of what I'm getting for you guys, is things are going to start shifting and changing in your life, and you're going to start noticing the way that people even respond to you, the way that people communicate to you. It's going to be so much more different than what it would have been with this ex or with this last partner, but you're just needing to learn to move on and let go of the guilt, the shame, the frustrations that you have felt, the disappointments that you have had. And I feel like whatever is coming and whatever's processing in your life currently, because I feel like a lot of stuff is happening in your life right now, it is forcing you to work through these issues so that afterwards you can find somebody that's better for you. So that's what I have for my Tauruses. Hopefully this resonates and helps you guys in some way. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, or leave a comment down below what you guys think. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.